Good God, I think I didn't know that thing was ever going to show our faces. I was like, is it paused or what? But welcome to NFL Fantasy Countdown, baby, where we make your losses wins and wins a reality, baby, because it is week 9 of the NFL season. Week 9 already. Can you believe that? Week 9. Or is it week 8? I don't even remember. But we're already halfway there through the finish line.
Should be 9.
It is 9. All right. Week 9. We're halfway through the season already. A lot of injuries to report on, a lot of active or IRs going back from IR to back to active. Christian McCaffrey in one of those categories. I don't know. We'll find out here in a little bit. If you're a fantasy owner of Christian McCaffrey, you're on pins and needles because you don't know if he's going to play today or not. So we'll have all the latest for you and everything like that coming all the way up to about 10:15, 10:30 till the actives and inactives. Hope everyone's enjoying their day. I hope everyone enjoyed that UTSA Roadrunner win, baby, because they should be ranked in the top 25. I'm not getting into the details. I'll say that for Wednesday night as the committee selects. But Alabama survives because Alabama's lucky, and then all the other teams fall. So they, of course, are going to be at number 2 again anyway. So, but here we're here to talk about NFL football and everything. But first, let's say hi to Will. You're going to follow him on Will Nation 7. Will, how you doing today?
Doing well. Late morning, early morning, I don't know what it is. Had a wedding last night in a hotel, getting ready to do this and hit up a brunch at a nice local brewery and then head on home.
That's fun.
Hey, you got to get home before football, you know?
I don't think that's going to happen today. But anyway. Now if you hit up the brewery, baby.
We'll see. Nice local, good brewery, so we'll see.
Anyway, let's pay some bills, shall we? We should pay some bills if I get the right captions and. All right, you can follow us all on Twitter. Or you can follow Rudy at Sweep the League. Remember, Sweep the League is radio is on every Sunday night from 9:30 a.m. on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, every 7 to 9 and not every Sunday. Rudy, Derek Garvin, everyone will have you ready. I think they're going to have Chelsea Torres tonight talking about MMA, big fight last night. UTSA Roadrunners, Cowboys, Spurs, whatever the case may be, they'll have you all hooked up for 2 hours. Make sure you go tune in to 9:30 a.m. The Answer on your radio dial or on your iPad at 9:30 a.m. TheAnswer.com. They'll have everything you need to know for that. Also, I want to say thank you to DraftKings. Guys, it's not too late. You need to get in now. Everything's going on. Basketball is already got to off to a hot start. NFL is halfway through the season, and what I love about DraftKings is you don't have to all week figure out who you're going. It's one day and you're done. You go anywhere from a $1 league to $1,000, whatever the case may be. They have you covered over at DraftKings. Hell, I think they even have you free leagues. Make sure you use that promo code TPPN to get your account started today. It's fast. It's easy. It takes 1 minute. You put your money in and then have it all set. DraftKings. Go to DraftKings.com/sweep the league today to get signed up. It's fast and simple. Make sure you go do that. And also, United Collision Care Center. If you have anything wrong with your car, if you have a scratch, if you have a dink, if you have anything in the works, take it to Lewis and those guys at United Collision Care Center, as they'll have you hooked up and ready to prime and ready to go, baby. That is at United Collision Care Center. And also DraftKings, Project Spurs. Tune into those guys on Twitter. Got at Project Spurs on Twitter, Facebook. Those guys do a phenomenal job of what they cover with the Spurs, all NBA. They have all the latest of everything. Even they have some Cowboys and NFL news as well. So make sure you go to projectspurs.com. They'll have you all your Spurs and everything need. Those guys do a phenomenal job. Go get them a like on Twitter and follow. They need it. They need some love, baby. All right, Will. Week 9 is upon us. If I can get the schedule pulled up here. Sorry, this time change is kicking my butt today, dude.
Sure, everyone.
I woke up. It was bright and sunny outside, and it was different. I thought it was like 10 o'clock already. I'm like, oh crap, I missed the show.
No.
All right, let's get started today with the Battle of Ohio, which I think is going to be a phenomenal game. I don't know. No OBJ in this game for all you people wondering if you've been sleeping under a rock. His daddy and LeBron James whined himself out of Cleveland to get whatever they want. That's another reason why I don't like LeBron James. But anyway, I won't talk about that. Bengals coming off a horrible loss against I forgot his first name, White, quarterbacking the Jets to victory last
Matt
week
White.
after the Bengals were the first. Matt White, yeah, him. And then he got hurt, and then the Jets quarterback situation is a mess right now. So, but anyway, we're talking about Browns Bengals. Baker Mayfield says he's going to play with a left shoulder, non-throwing shoulder, no OBJ. Who do you have your eye on in this game, Will?
Well, I mean, the obvious is going to be Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Other than that, I mean, the only other two players that you have to worry about are going to be Dearness Johnson and Nick Chubb, because Baker can't throw the ball to anybody. Who's he going to throw it to? The ground? I mean, his shoulder's hurt. He is obviously hurt. He can't throw. They need to let Case Keenum play, but Baker's trying to prove something to somebody, and all he's doing is hurting his team. Last week, they're down in the 2-minute warning, and they're still running the ball. I mean, they're not trying to. They're not even really trying to. It didn't even look like they were trying to win. How do you run it? You need 50 yards, and you're still running the ball. I mean, you got a great rushing attack, but you got to get 50 yards in 2 minutes. And I just think the Bengals are going to, after last week's loss, Joe Burrow is going to sling it all over the field. The Browns' defense secondary isn't stopping anything. They got like the third most touchdowns against the secondary. So, I mean, that just opens it up for T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, CJ Uzma, those guys. I mean, I think the Bengals are going to pick them apart.
Yeah, that defense coming disappointed. They didn't allow them over 40 points a lot of times. Let the opponent score over 40 points. But like I said, I like the Nick Chubb play. Of course, you're going to play Chase. You're going to play Joe Burrow. I do have the Bengals winning this game, but the Browns definitely need a win. But then they were going back to the same old Browns that we've known. And I think last year was just a mirage. I actually don't think that was the real Browns that we actually known. But with no OBJ, it's hard to throw the ball. Baker Mayfield doesn't. They're going to franchise tag him. They don't need to. I want to play him at any point today at all. But yeah, I think the Bengals are handily going to win this game. I think is Joe Mixon still playing?
As far as I know, yes.
I will play Joe Mixon today. You might get him on a cheap running back side, but yeah, that's who I have for you. I mean, I think Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. You might want to play Nick Chubb. That's all. I mean, that's basically all I have for you for this game. I really don't care about this game.
I mean, I think it's just one of those things where it's a battle of Ohio. Yeah. If you want to talk money lines and things like that, the line hasn't moved for like 3 days. It's only changed a point, and it's still less than a touchdown or less than a field goal. So if you're talking any of your betting stuff, I mean, it looks too good to be true, right?
It does. I mean,
but Cincinnati's obviously the better team, and after how they gave up 30-something points to the Jets, I think they're going to come out and try to prove something. And they need to win to stay atop the AFC North.
Yeah, especially with the Ravens and the Steelers getting back on the road. It's a must-win for both teams. Browns need a win to stay alive in that division, and the Bengals need a win just to stay afloat with the top-seeded teams in that division. So moving on. Let's go to the Rudy Falcons, because I'm never betting on the Falcons ever again in my life. They ruined my parlay last week. Versus those Saints who I have no idea who's playing a quarterback today. So I'm giving you the tough job today of telling me, these watchers, who to play today in this game. No Calvin Ridley with mental illness. I think you're going to play Pitts. I think he's going to have a strong game, but good luck. I mean, it's up to you now. Give the viewers who you want to play in this game.
As far as the Falcons, this is all they've been talking about all week with everyone hurt or not playing or any of this other. If you're on the Falcons, you're only going to play two people, Cordell Patterson and Kyle Pitts. Other than that, you're not going to play anybody else. I mean, if you have a bad bye, you might play Matt Ryan. But other than that, as of right now, there's Cordell Patterson. You can play him as a wide receiver if you're allowed to play him as that, or you're going to play him as a running back. And then you got Kyle Pitts. Then you just look at the other side of the ball. Saints. It looks like you're going to be playing Trevor Siemian. He looked good. Taysom Hill is supposed to be back this week. He did not get the start, but I feel like you're going to see him quarterback at least 10 to 15 plays. He's going to be in there for some gadget plays. You're definitely going to play Kamara. You might be able to play some Ingram on this game. He might be worth a flex, depending with him being there another week under the belt. Maybe, what is it, Damian Harris, Traquan Smith. Then one of those guys is going to go off, get about 70 yards, possibly a touchdown. Other than that, this game is going to be interesting to watch just to see how the Saints acclimate to a true week with a backup quarterback now.
Most definitely. I think Alvin Kamara's a play. I want to play Trevor Siemian to save my life today. I don't know. I think you have some tape on him now. I don't think he's going to have a good enough game. I could be wrong on that one. Of course, you're going to play Pitts. You're going to play Patterson. You're going to play all those guys. You might want to play the Saints defense if you're looking for a defense. That's a Super Bowl level defense that they have over there in New Orleans right now. They're playing lights out right now. So that's who I would play in that game. But I'm not going to waste any more time on the Falcons because I'm done with them. All right, everyone, 95% of the people today are listening to you right now. Listening to you, Will, about the Panthers. I don't know. Okay, for the Patriots, of course, they're starting to look good. They're starting to look like a great playoff team. Bill Belichick has tied the ship, and they look like a great team. The Panthers, on the other hand, good luck trying to figure out if Christian McCaffrey is going to play today. He's going to be a game-time decision. Sam Darnold, I don't know if he's going to play. He hurt his shoulder and stuff. So, Will, do you take a chance and start Christian McCaffrey?
Right now he's in my lineup just because, personally, I'm going to have to be watching this. Right? I'm dreaded right now with a lot of injuries and a couple buys, but I got him in there for best quality, but I'm going to be watching it. You're going to put Chuba Hubbard in there because he's probably they're going to split carries. If McCaffrey plays, it's going to go 50-50. So you're going to play Chuba. He's been looking really well lately. As far as the Patriots, I'm assuming Harris is going to be the guy, but they've been mixing in on Bolden and everybody else. Jacoby Myers is going to be your wide receiver. He hasn't scored a touchdown this year. He knows it. He's trying. He wants one bad. He does. DJ Moore, and Mac Jones is starting to be looks like he could be a starter in fantasy. He's putting up decent yards. He's getting some plays. Patriots are doing whatever they got to do right now to stay alive and win.
Most definitely. The Patriots are starting to look like a team that's going to make the playoffs because the AFC is a top-heavy league right now. All you have are the Bills, Ravens. That's pretty much your top two teams right there. Kansas City, you know what you're going to get today. They have a big game today, but we'll get into that one a little bit later. Patriots look like they're going to be a wild card team because they're not going to win the division, but I will play Mac Jones today. I will play Mac Jones against that Panthers defense. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. I think Mac Jones is going to have a good big day. All right, moving on to the Vikings and the Ravens. A lot of fantasy matchup players in this one that everyone's keeping their eye on. So Vikings, then you have, of course, you're going to play Jefferson. You're going to play Thielen. You might, on the cheap, might want to play Kirk Cousins today. I don't know. That Ravens defense is, you don't know what you're going to get from week to week. On the Ravens side, of course, you're going to play Lamar Jackson. You're going to play Hollywood Brown. But is there anyone else you want to be looking out for in this game?
In this game alone, you got Mark Andrews. I think he's getting lost in Lamar's passing game. Watkins, Bateman came back 2 weeks ago, right before the bye. So I think they're going to work him in now that he's been healthy and he's got a game under his belt and they had a bye week to work with him. I think Bateman might be a nice little surprise this week. They actually have a couple different people that Lamar can look for to throw it downfield. New possession receiver type thing. Other than that, I don't think Dalvin Cook's going to be much in this game. I think he's not 100%. Madison's going to be out there a lot. I think they're going to be starting to split carries. You're going to see a two-back system with them. But other than that, Cousins, Jackson, Jefferson, Thielen, and Marquise Brown, those are going to be your guys. As far as and I would probably, if you're going to need a running back and you need a Ravens running back, it's probably going to be Devontae Freeman. He seems to be getting some of the goal line touches right now. Not a strong play, but that's something you can get on the cheap if you're hurting for with all the running backs that are out right now.
Okay. You heard it from Will, the man right there. Will, the man, is giving you the insight of the Vikings-Ravens game. Baltimore has won 11 straight games versus NFC opponents, if that means anything if you're betting wise. So I'm just letting you know. All right. Bills at Jaguars. Not going to be a good game whatsoever. Bills are going to run roughshod over the Jacksonville Jaguars coming off a bye week. They're ready to get back out there and play and flex their muscles and prove they're the number one team in the NFC. I'm sorry, or AFC. Sorry, Jacksonville. I gave you a chance after your win against Miami, but then you go and lay an egg against Seattle. I'm sorry. But of course, for the Bills, you're going to play Josh Allen. You're going to play Trayvon Diggs. You might want to play Cole Beasley in the slot today, maybe to get you some fantasy points here and there. I'm playing the Bills defense today against Trevor Lawrence and the Urban Meyer lap dance squad over there. Is there anyone else you're wanting to look for in this game? Give the listeners a listen to Jacksonville. Who's a deep sleeper in that game? Allen Robinson?
Is Allen Robinson even playing there?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, as far as your deep sleepers, it's going to be Marvin Jones, James Robinson, and probably Zach Moss. Moss seems to be getting a little bit more of the 50-50 balls. He's definitely at the goal line. He's catching more out of the backfield. But, I mean, I saw a Snapchat this morning of remember the playoffs from 4 years ago or something. I don't know what happened. I don't remember. Something to do with these two teams. Jacksonville knocked Buffalo out or something. Something. Buffalo fans already saying remember something from 4 years ago with this game. So it sounds like there's some animosity. I feel like Buffalo's just going to trounce them. It's going to be garbage time. Marvin Jones is probably going to get an extra garbage time touchdown, possibly James Robinson, but I'm not hopeful for much for James Robinson with this defense, and they're going to be down. So it's going to be a lot of Trevor Lawrence throwing it to Marvin Jones and whoever else can help. I mean, this game's probably going to be over at halftime.
Most definitely. I don't think most listeners are.
Right. Gabriel Davis looked pretty good last week or 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, he might get more into this with Cole Beasley being questionable for today. They seem to like those third wide receivers. Emmanuel Sanders went MIA last week. He didn't even he had one target and was on a penalty, so he finished the day with 0 targets. I know that hurt me last week. So I think it might be a Gabriel Davis day if Cole Beasley doesn't play.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's who I'll look into. But moving right along, and this goes faster when you only have 2 people.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is going to be a hard one. 1-7 Texans at the 1-7 Dolphins.
Oh, man.
Good luck, Will. Go ahead. Show the listeners who you.
I mean, I feel like this one's going to could be a better game than we anticipate. Davis Mills is coming along, so I mean, if you're looking for a cheap quarterback and some daily fantasy, Davis Mills might be the guy with this. I mean, Florida.
Well, actually, I think Tyron Taylor is going to play this one.
Is he coming back? I saw that he was back from IR, but I mean, I don't know if they're gonna risk it biscuit with this guy or what's going on.
I'll look it up right now.
All right. Well, then, with that being out, look for Brandon Cooks. I hope Myles Gaskins has a good day. It might be one of those weeks that he's a green light, not a red light. Mike Gesicki, he seems to be the most constant thing for the Dolphins. Tua might have a decent game this week. This is a battle of bottom feeder, bottom dwellers. You don't know what could happen. Both teams could come out looking great, put up 30 apiece, or it could be a barn burner, 10-7. 6-3 type thing. I don't know.
So to answer your question, Tyrod Taylor is active and going to start today.
All right. I mean, if that's the case, Tyrod Taylor, replace plug and play, right? Davis Mills is out. Put in Tyrod Taylor. He can run. He can get some rushing yards. He might get you about 30, 40 yards on the ground plus everything else. He seemed to have a really good connection with Brandon Cooks. I mean, I still think Cooks is a great play, but Tyrod might be one of those quarterbacks on the cheap that might actually perform really well. And I feel like this is an easy bounce back game for him after his injury, playing against the 1-7 Dolphins, whose defense isn't playing very well this year. I mean, Devontae Parker got put on IR. So, I mean, that's one less person that the Dolphins have to have on offense. One less person, I think that's one of their leaders isn't going to be there. So, I mean, give me the Texans, Brandon Cooks, Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Texans today just because I live in Texas. So I'll pick them.
Okay, that's a good reason.
Let's move on to New York, where the injured/COVID-bitten Giants are hosting the Raiders, who love the drama Raiders team, because Giants are injured all throughout. You might want to play Danny Dimes in this game. I don't know. I mean, he's been actually playing pretty well. You might get him on the cheap this week. He is their run game for right now, for all intents and purposes. Raiders, as you all know, there's no Henry Ruggs second. He's going to be gone forever, I think, because that was stupid. If you saw that TMZ video from last week's wreck, that was just stupid in my eyes, killing a lady going 156 miles an hour. So no Henry Ruggs. You might want to drop him. They already deactivate. They already waived him. You might want to play Derek Carr. You can get him on the cheap. Of course, you're going to play Waller. You're going to play a running back situation. I don't know if you're going to play a running back in this game, but who do you have your eyes set on this game?
For myself, it's going to be Brian Edwards and Henry Renfrow. I mean, we all know Darren Waller's major part of the pass game, but Derek Carr has been playing really good this year. Both these guys have had decent games, spotlights. Now that Ruggs is out for good, I think these two guys step up. I think the vertical passing game of the Raiders is going to be gone now. It's going to be more short, quick, possession-type games and move the chains. I think this is going to help Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake. You'll be able to use those guys a little bit more in that offense. Kenyon Drake looks to be better when he's getting the ball passed to him, not running to him. I know Jacobs was hurt. Their run game just doesn't look good. I think Derek Carr is going to he's going to be good the rest of the season. It's just going to be a different type. He's not going to get those 50, 60-yard bombs that he's getting. I think they're just going to move the chain and play some older style football, not this West Coast stuff, throwing it all around. They're going to be throwing it around, but not the long bombs, not the quick. It's just going to be quick passes. Excuse me. So give me Derek Carr, give me Renfrow, give me Edwards. As far as the Giants, find someone who's healthy if you need somebody. That's where it is. I think Kadarius Toney's playing, and Daniel Jones. I mean, he's looked pretty good. He is the run game, so if you got to play him, that's going to get you plenty of yardage. I mean, he's averaging 5 yards a carry almost. So it's not a good game to be talking about this week.
Nope, there sure is. And there's another game that I was looking forward to that I'm not going to be looking forward to now. We'll get into that one a little bit later. But anyway, all right. The game everybody's waiting to see. The best game on television. The best show in town. Those Dallas Cowboys hosting the Denver Broncos without Von Miller, Major. Fantasy purposes, just let everyone know, CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper have been put on the injury report this week. They are both expected to play today, so you can go ahead and keep them in your lineup if you want to. Ezekiel Elliott's going to start. Wilson's going to be a sleeper. You might want to start looking at him at the waiver wire. You might want to pick up some Wilson because he's been getting touchdowns and big yards and throwing yards as well. I mean, that could be a good pickup for you if you're looking for someone for a receiver this week, if you have a lot of buys or whatever the case may be. Gallup's almost on the verge back. The Dallas defense against this broad Teddy Bridgewater, Locke, whoever's going to start for the Denver Broncos. I have no idea who's going to start for the Denver Broncos.
Locke is out for today, COVID.
Okay, so it's Teddy Bridgewater going to be getting the start. which could help Denver because we're using his legs a little bit. But that Dallas rush defense is getting sacks. They're pressuring. They're going to turn the ball over. They didn't get a turnover last week, but they're still forcing turnovers. I like everyone in Dallas, whoever you're going to play. Dak Prescott's going to return today. I don't know how good he's going to be coming back from a calf injury. I don't know how they're going to use him or how if they're going to be precautionary with him, but he is going to start today. On the Broncos side, good luck. I don't know who you're going to play. Jerry Jeudy, maybe. I don't know. I mean, good luck with that. So tell the listeners out there who you have your eye on this game, buddy.
I mean, as far as the Broncos side, you're going to play Gordon. You're going to play Javonte Williams. It seemed like Gordon seems to be getting a little bit more of the action than Javonte, who they were high on this year. Judy's back. He tested his ankle. He was 4 for 4 last week for like 30 yards. I think he's going to be a good go. You're going to play Sutton. The problem with Sutton is he's all risk, all reward. I mean, he's got 3 weeks in the top 10 as a wide receiver, and then 4 weeks is not even in the top 60. I think that has a lot to do with QB play, offensive line play, stuff like that. As you said, with the Cowboys, you're going to probably start all the normal people. I know the Cowboys aren't the greatest against the spread in this situation. I was researching a little bit, but it is the Broncos. They have life. They might be able to stay with them today for 2.5 quarters. I think it's just a matter of what happens with the passing game because Denver just can't keep running the ball and giving it to the running backs. They got to be able to – if they want to have a chance to win, they got to be able to spread it out. Now that they have Judy back, I think it's a possibility for these guys.
So you're going to see ex-teammate on ex-teammate today, Jerry Jeudy and against Diggs?
Oh, absolutely. Why not? I mean, that's the only way I think you're going to make it happen. They know each other. I think it'll be a good matchup. I didn't even think about that today. I mean, pick your poison. Honestly, with how good Dallas's defense has been, I don't think it really matters which cornerback plays which wide receiver for Denver this week. I mean, Cortland's the bigger, stronger guy, but Judy's the better route runner. So I wouldn't mind paying attention to that game, but it's a 1:00 game, so my eyes will be elsewhere, unlike you, your Collis.
Hey, most of the nation is going to see this game. Just letting you know. That's how big of a game it is.
I live in a different area than you, so.
That's right. You get the Battle of Ohio.
I get the Battle of Ohio, yes.
Oh, that's CBS. No, that's CBS.
Then I will also probably – that's CBS. Then the other game is going to be on Fox, right? Yeah, I'll probably get that game too.
See, there you go. Double screen it, baby.
Oh, I will.
Well, I do want to talk about – I want to talk about something. The Dallas Cowboys have been getting fined by the NFL for stupid stuff. CeeDee Lamb's been already $50,000 fines this year. It's ridiculous. For a goodbye wave to New England, his shirt not being tucked in. But CeeDee Lamb got choked by Harris last week against the Vikings. No fine on that one. No fine for Josh Allen waving goodbye. Dallas Cowboys are getting robbed by the NFL. They don't like the Dallas Cowboys. Am I right on that, Will?
No, they're America's team.
Not NFL. NFL hates them.
NFL is American as you can get. That they do not hate the Cowboys. They love the Cowboys. They love Jerry Jones. Come on, baby.
Explain all these fines that they're getting and know what the other team's getting. It's ridiculous.
I think you're making these things up, man.
No, I'm not. They're the most fine league team right now.
That's because you got people not tucking in their shirts, man. Just got to tuck it in, save a little bit of money. Rookie contracts.
Show the abs.
Then wear one of those little Daisy Duke things that Ezekiel Elliott wears, and you'll be fine. Whatever that thing is, that crop top. There we go. Come on.
I think that the Dallas Cowboys are getting.
I think the fines are getting excessive on CeeDee Lamb. Like they're just nitpicking. Come on. Let these guys play. They want their personalities. You're allowed to celebrate now, right? How many? Who was it last week that got picked off and the whole team went in the end zone and was rowing a boat? Who was that?
I don't know.
They did it like
You're
twice
right.
last week. So, I mean, like, who cares? Let them play. Let them be themselves. Where are the
Yeah,
days
CeeDee
of
Lamb
putting
gets
out Sharpies and signing footballs and doing all that
bringing out
stuff?
the phones.
That's what we're looking for, man. Like, I just want to see these guys play. They're professional athletes, but they get to be kids. They get to play. They get to do something that they've dreamed of doing, that they've been doing their whole life, playing in their backyard. What does it matter? Why fine them? Let them be them. As long as it's not hurting anybody, what does it care?
Yeah, I mean, one of the fines for CeeDee Lamb in the past 7 weeks have been his socks being too short.
Right.
Whatever.
He's not covering his pads or something with his socks, and he's not tucking in his shirt. He's not. They're just nitpicking whoever they can nitpick right now, and and I honestly believe if the Cowboys weren't, what are they, 5-1, 6-1, whatever it is,
6-1. 6-1, get it
yeah,
right.
whatever. They're leading their division at 4-4, 6-1. What's the difference? If they weren't doing so well, they wouldn't be getting fined. Because if they were the same old Cowboys that they were last year or the year before, no one would care, right? Can we agree with that? They're more in the spotlight, so now they're getting nitpicked even more.
I don't know. I want to go see if New England's ever been fined, or Green Bay, or Rams. I'm going to go look that. I'm going to do some investigative research.
But the reason why they're in the spotlight is for something good, not bad. So, like, now they're trying to put something bad on the spotlight. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's always they're a disappointment. They're a disappointment. They should be playing so well. All those kind of things. And here we are. Now we don't have anything to nitpick at. So, hey, you're not wearing the right socks. You're not wearing the right shirt. You're not wearing this. Your decal's wrong. We're just gonna fine you for this and that and this. So, I mean, that's what I feel like. That's what it goes. They're trying to figure out something to make them the bad guys or make something bad about them, like they do every year.
All right. Let's pay tribute to some of our sponsors again, shall we? Remember, it's not too late. DraftKings. Go right now. DraftKings.com/sweep-the-league to get started today. It's not late, man. The waiver wires are here in an hour. It takes 5 minutes. That's the most 5 minutes to get started today. We're giving you all the who you need to start, who you need to play. Go to DraftKings. Use that promo code TPPN to get started today, because you can. If you're not a football fan, fine. Go basketball. Basketball is right there in the middle of the season right now. You can go hockey. You can go golf. You can go NASCAR. NASCAR has their playoff, the championship race today, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it could be. But anyway, go to DraftKings.com/sweep-the-league today to get started today. Like I said, it's fast and simple. It's easy to get started. Also, United Collision Care Center. If you ever had anything wrong with your car, go take it to Lewis and those guys at United Collision Care Center, because they'll have you in and out in a jiffy, baby. They'll have you out like quicker, like CeeDee Lamb scoring a game-winning touchdown against New England Patriots. That quick. That's how fast they'll get you in and out, baby. Go take the Lewis and guys at Collision Care Center. How to get the Dallas Cowboys reference in there. But anyway, go take it to Lewis and those guys. They'll get you set up and everything today. Also, Project Spurs. Thank you, Project Spurs, for everything that you do, supporting us. Go give them a follow on Twitter at Project Spurs. They'll have all the latest with all the Spurs injuries, news, updates, whatever the case may be, scores, post-game reactions, stuff like that. So go to Project Spurs as they have you hooked up today. All right. Let's go to these afternoon games, which I was actually looking forward to a lot of these afternoon games. And then injury bugs started coming and COVID and everything like that. So, all right, 3 o'clock central clock tip off, actually 3:05. Chargers. Well, I don't know what's happened to the Chargers, but they're on a downward spiral. They need to get a win, and what better way to get it than the Eagles, who pummeled the Lions last week, which I'm glad I didn't bet that game, because I almost did. I almost picked the Lions to win that game, but I didn't. But Chargers looking to get on a win. Eagles, of course, you're going to play Justin Herbert. You're going to play Jalen Smith. What's the quarterback's name? Jalen Smith, right?
Jalen Hurts?
Hurts. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying, Jalen Smith. Jalen Hurts. You might want to Boston Scott. It's a good pickup if you want. If you want him on the cheap, he had a good game last week. Mike Williams. The list goes on and on. Who would give?
Eckler.
There you go. You take it over, buddy. Go for it.
This game's a pick'em. It's a pick'em. What do they know that we don't? These are the games that have been killing me all year while betting and anything else. Clipper or Chargers -1. Like what's going on? I mean, you're playing Eckler. He's hungry. He wants to play. Keenan Allen's been playing solid the last few weeks. Mike Williams is back. It seems like he's the Mike Williams from when he entered the league. What is it? Devontae Smith looks good, but I mean, Jalen Hurts is going to be the running attack. Boston Scott last week was a surprise to me because they were saying play Gainwell. All the analysts, experts, whatever, and then they said they're phasing Boston Scott out, and then he had a great game, and then Jordan Howard came in and had a couple goal line touches. I feel like the Eagles are now turning back to the times of the old Patriots where you don't know what running back to play week to week. But I mean, I think this game's going to be a lot better than it is. Trey loves the games when West Coast teams or East Coast teams travel all the way across the country to play. So I think Herbert's going to have a field day. Depending on what the weather is in Philly, I think it's going to be a ground game attack if it's going to be cold and windy.
I only like those games when they benefit the freaking like the West Coast teams. Like when they go to the East Coast and they have a 1 o'clock kickoff and it's 10 o'clock in the Pacific time frame. That is not right at any stretch of the imagination. I'm sorry, that is not right. But today it's at 3 o'clock, so it's a regular kickoff for the Chargers.
You're right.
They usually play at 1 o'clock their time.
So I mean, this favors the Chargers in that aspect. But I mean, the Eagles are sneaky. Like they play good. You just don't know what they're going to do.
But that head coach is weird. I don't know what he talks about half the time at press conference. Have you ever watched those press conferences? It's weird. I don't know what the case may be on him, but you have a weird head coach. But anyway, yeah, you don't know what you can get from the Eagles from week to week. 1 week they look great, and then the next week they look like the worst team in the NFL. I don't know what to get from the Philadelphia Eagles, but I think they're on the right track. I think they got their quarterback in Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is actually top 10 fantasy quarterback right now just because of his legs and everything. Not throwing touchdowns, but because of rushing and everything. But he's actually a top 10. If y'all didn't know that, if you want to trade for Jalen Hurts, go trade for Jalen Hurts because I think he's actually top 5, believe it or not, in fantasy points. So, sorry, my phone just befunkled me. All right. Cardinals visiting 49ers. 49ers get a big win last week. They're at 3-4. They need a win to stay alive in that big division, but the Rams are going to run away with this after the Cardinals get their first loss against, which I don't understand what AJ Green was doing in the end zone on the last Thursday night's game. Like we said before, we stayed off screen. Kyler Murray and D Hop are not expected to play today, so that is a bummer. 49ers have injuries themselves. But who's J.J. Watt's out for the year for that? I guess this is going to be a pick'em game as well. Give the fan without Kyle Murray, without D Hop, who are you starting for the Cardinals? I mean, are you starting the backup quarterback? Are you starting the other wide receivers? Are you going to start Kirk? Are you going to start? I mean, go for it, Will. This is all you. This way, you can pay you the big bucks.
Yeah, pay me the big bucks. Before we went live and all that stuff, I mean, I read another little quick thing that said Kingsbury said if Kyler can be effective and be in the pocket and play well, that they'll start him. So, I mean, there's so many mixed signals coming from this guy. I mean, we've talked about our views on Kingsbury anyway, and this is one of those things you're going to have to watch and keep up with it. But, I mean, I think Colt McCoy did really well last time he went in for Murray when he got hurt. This is one of those rivalry games. It's a divisional game. Garoppolo is going to be the quarterback. I think Cardinals win, but it's not going to be the same flashy dash. I think Edmonds and Connors are going to be the guys to play this week. You're going to see a lot more traditional. I don't know if that's the right way of describing the football with Colt McCoy because we know he's not as effective as a runner as Murray. He can run, but he's not as effective. As far as the Niners go, Jeff Wilson's back, so I don't know what that's going to do for their backfield. I think it's still going to be Elijah Mitchell for the most part. Deebo Samuel's going to have they're going to give him the rock and let him do his playmaker stuff. This is just going to be a weird game. I think Colt McCoy can still sling it for about 300 with the wide receivers with A.J. Green and Christian Kirk and all these guys. Zach Ertz is probably going to be a big play this week for Colt McCoy. You got a backup quarterback coming in. Check downs are going to be quick. They're going to be happening. You're going to see a little bit of fast feet, panic feet. I think Ertz will going to have a huge game today.
I agree with you. When they made that trade, I was like, Zach Ertz is going to be one of the top 7 tight ends in the NFL with that offense that's going to fit right well. And he's already proven that he's already got some touches and everything. So now getting that mini bye that they had, I think it's only going to benefit him from learning the playbook and everything like that. But like I said, if you're a fantasy owner, Kyle Murray, like that, if that report's true and that's a recent report, I feel sorry for these fantasy guys because if you have like a noon o'clock quarterback as your backup and Kyle Murray's a 3 o'clock kickoff, do you chance it? I mean, well, this just depends, right? But I wouldn't play Kyle Murray. I don't think he's going to play. I honestly don't
not
think
in this
he's gonna
game.
play.
I don't think they risk it in this game because just because of the game, the magnitude of the game. Being the 49ers, being a divisional game, I don't think they risk it. I think they're going to try to save him for long term. They want to get that first round bye. They want to have a chance at it. They don't, they want to win the division, but the Niners are gritty football team. Kittle's supposed to be back this week as well. So, I mean, this could be a battle of tight ends with the way this is. I mean, there's not a whole lot else out there with these 2 quarterbacks out there. We haven't seen Trey Lance in a few weeks. So, I mean, I think they're just going to stick it out with Garoppolo, and he loves his George Kittle. So,
most definitely. All right. The game everyone was waiting to see, and then Aaron Rodgers goes and F's it up for everybody because Aaron Rodgers lies. Oh, you can say he didn't lie or whatever the case may be. But anyway, he put his team in a horrific situation, or the team knew and they put themselves in a horrific situation. No, Aaron Rodgers, he won't be able to be back next Saturday. But you do get Davante Adams back. This is going to be the Jordan Love show. You might want to get Jordan Love on the cheap this week. I mean, Packers are kind of high on him. I mean, that Chiefs defense is horrible. I think it's going to be a lot of run. You're definitely going to want to play Adams, a running back today, I think, because that Chiefs cannot stop the run to say though. Teams are begging. I'm sorry, I'm going the other direction on that one. But I think Adams is going to have a solid, good game today. Jones is going to have a good game running the ball. I don't know if he's going to have a good game receiving because I don't know what Jordan Love's going to have. But like I said, there's no tape really on Jordan Love except for his couple preseason games. So it might work out to the Packers' advantage this week because no one has film. It's the same thing what happened at Cooper Rush, right? No one had film on him and they didn't know what to expect. So saying all that, of course you're gonna play Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if you benched Travis Kelce. I mean, he's had a couple bad games in a row. I think he might get out of the chute this week and have a great game. Tyreek Hill still balling out. The Chiefs running attack, Chiefs can average 200 yards rushing if they just stay true, but Andy Reid doesn't like to. He likes throwing the ball for the case may be. Who do you have for the listeners fantasy value wise, and who you playing, who you starting in this game? I know it's kind of tough with all these backups and everything.
Well, this is my conundrum. I am a Kyler Murray owner. In my league, the best available, top 3 best available was this guy named Jordan Love. So I'm taking a whim. Also, I get to watch and wait till a game time decision to see if Murray's available, but I take Jordan Love because he is playing the Chiefs. The Chiefs are giving it up to their opponents. Aaron Jones has the ability to catch it out of the backfield. Davante Adams, they're getting all their receivers back. Valdez Scantling, Lazard, Big Bob Tanyan's there. I mean, there's a lot of weapons that they can do. Jordan Love's been there. He's played some preseason games. I think he's got the arm strength. I was high on this kid when he came out. This type of game, they're expected to lose with no Aaron Rodgers. So I don't think there's as much pressure on Jordan Love, but I think he has he has a high expectation, especially with surrounding him with everybody. They're doing the two-back system, so Aaron Jones, you don't know what he's going to do. Catch it, run it. A.J. Dillon's been running the ball really well, getting the ball out of the backfield a little bit. As far as the Chiefs, I feel like they're trying to go back to the basics. Mahomes is going to try to feed Tyreek Hill a lot. I think this might be the week with the Packers that Kelsey gets back on play. I'm assuming Williams is going to be the main guy. I haven't seen much with Hilaire, what his status is for this week. But I think as far as the Chiefs, you're going to play your normal guys: Mahomes, Hill, Kelsey. I think this, without no Aaron Rodgers, I believe the Chiefs think they have a chance, a real good chance with Jordan Love. I think they're going to throw some defensive schemes at this kid to try to confuse him, but ultimately, I think you fire anybody and everybody you have in this game. I think it's going to be that good of a game. I think it could easily get to 30-30. There's going to be a lot of scoring.
Well, it's a must-win game for the Kansas City Chiefs for sure because they have to stay on. Because I think the Raiders are going to win today, and if they lose, they're going to drop. I mean, and then I think the Chargers are going to win today as well. So they need to stay afloat with right there.
Hey, you didn't say the Broncos were going to win in the division either.
Because they're not. I mean, they're awful.
All right,
but anyway,
I tried.
The NFL is investigating the Packers after Aaron Rodgers appeared at a Halloween party and maskless at a press conference while unvaccinated. Should Aaron Rodgers be suspended for a couple games?
Look here. Do you think this poster boy they're gonna suspend?
They should.
I didn't ask if they should. I said, do you really think they're going to?
No, but they should.
I mean, they probably should, but this is what the NFL does. They pick and choose who they want to pick on, who they want to attack, things like that. I mean, that's how it works. I with all the stuff that's been going on with this guy, they just want to get it over with. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has his own beliefs with COVID, it sounds like. A lot of people say he lied. Some people say he doesn't. I believe he just said he had the antibodies. It doesn't mean he has the shot, right? But let's be honest. If you really want to talk about this, he wears a mask everywhere he goes in the facility. Outside the facility, he's always wearing a mask. I mean, anytime you saw him around the facility, he was always wearing a mask. I mean, was he being a COVID freak and wearing a mask all the time? I'm sorry for using that term, but to me, they told me he wasn't vaccinated because he's wearing a mask all the time. The Packers knew he was taking a test every day. We went over this early on with the Hops, with the Cole Beasleys. Do you take a chance on drafting these guys because at any point they may not be able to play? Aaron Rodgers was never talked about because he wasn't vocal about it. We had other Aaron Rodgers issues about not playing this year, and I think that's why it got overlooked so easily. And here we are, week 9. Now we're having issues with Aaron Rodgers, but we're not having issues with any of the other outspoken players.
Well, I think the problem where it says at the beginning of the year, they asked him, he said, I am immunized. So that people took that as he is vaccinated. He didn't say he had antibodies. He said he was immunized.
Okay, but the CD said if you had it before and you had the antibodies, you were immunized. And then the CDC said something else. I mean...
Well, so you need to stop listening to CDC because they backtrack everything they freaking say. I'm not getting political on this. I'm not.
But so does the NFL. So next game, please.
That's true. All right, since I gave Gio every opportunity in the world to get him here and talk about his Rams and how they.
This is the game everyone wants to see, and
it was until Derrick Henry got hurt. But anyway.
Yeah, but now we have a great comeback story. Come on.
Dude, I don't think Adrian Peterson's going to do anything, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Like we said, there's no Derrick Henry. He is out for the rest of the regular season. There is a chance he could probably come back in the playoffs, but I seriously doubt that. Titans are going to win this division. We just saw how bad the Colts were. I mean, the Colts, they beat the Jets Thursday night, but at the same time, they almost let them come back and win that game too. It's the Titans. They're going to win this division, but for the key for the Titans, it's going to be A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. They got to stay healthy. They got to stay healthy. They can't afford any more injuries. Tannehill's going to have to what he loves doing is play action pass. And our team's really going to bite on that with the 37-year-old running back and Adrian Peterson. I don't know if that's the case may be. I don't even know if he's playing today, but good luck because now you have Sam Darnold, and I would sit him out a week, whatever the case may be. The Rams, of course, are going to play everybody. They're coming off high. They could be in first place after the night's over because I think the Cardinals are going to lose to the 49ers if Kyle Murray doesn't play. So then they're getting Von Miller back. I mean, they're getting a resurgent Von Miller probably. He's probably going to be like a happy-go-lucky kid, finally going from a crappy team to a winning team and Super Bowl contenders. That defense you're going to play is one of the best rushing defenses in the league or best rushing. Good luck trying to stop that. Any sleeper? I mean, do you think Tannehill's going to have a big game? This game is in Tennessee. I think it's in Tennessee. No, it's in St. It's at SoFi.
It's in LA.
Do you have any chance? You giving the Titans any chance in this game?
I mean, there's a chance. There's always a chance. I mean, there's no film on this McNichols kid. We don't know if Adrian Peterson's going to play. I mean, sadly, I mean, I feel like this is going to turn into a nasty game because they're going to make the Titans be one-dimensional. This is the top. I mean, this defensive front stops runs. Now you don't have the best rusher in the NFL, possibly NFL history as of late with what he does, and you're bringing in this other kid. There's a chance the Titans could pull the upset because we don't know we think we know what they're going to do, but we might not. I mean, a 15% chance is what I give them to win. You never know. I don't know if the new running backs, Peterson and McNichols, have the chance to just keep stuffing it, getting stuffed, and then break one for 50 yards. I don't see that happening. I think Tannehill is going to be trending backwards towards Miami days where he's just trying to throw it. I think Stafford's just going to have one of those days where he's just going to go out there and play backyard football, throw it all over the place. He's going to throw it to Cooper Kupp, and Cooper Kupp's always going to be in the right place at the right time. Robert Woods is probably going to have a pretty good game. I see Darrell Henderson's obviously going to have a really good game against this Tennessee. I feel like they're going to try to make them run the ball, and it's just not going to work out. I think it's going to be a lopsided event.
Yeah, of course, you're going to play Cooper Kupp. I mean, that guy's the best receiver in the league right now if you compare your fantasy points wise. Woods is actually doing – I thought he'd have a breakout year this year, but for some reason Stafford doesn't like him. He's not giving him his touches as I thought he should. But you're going to play Stratford. He's having a good year too. I mean, this Rams team, you're going to play everybody. I wouldn't – you're going to play Julio Jones. You can play A.J. Brown. Nichols might be a surprise. Like you said, there's no tape on him. The Rams might take it easy in the first half. Nichols might have a good rushing attack, but you don't run the ball against the Rams. I think it might get ugly. I think the Rams are going to win by double figures. I'll take the Rams defense as well in this game. That's just my personal opinion, but I just think that the Rams are going to create turnovers. I think it's going to give them like 18 points a game for tonight. I would play if you have the Rams, go get the Rams defense, but they might be a little expensive on DraftKings, but
especially with this game with no Derrick Henry, they're probably going to go up on value.
Exactly. All right, Monday Night Football. We get another crappy show. The Pittsburgh Steelers are riding high. They are now have a winning record of 4-3. They go and face the Matt Nagy Bears, who Matt Nagy sucks as a head coach and should just go away for a long time because they're not utilizing Justin Fields right. Of course, you're going to play. You're going to play Najee Harris. You're going to play. I don't know if you're going to play anybody else on that Steelers team, but they are playing the Bears. The Bears defense isn't all that great. Do you play
Deontay Johnson, Claypool?
Yeah. Do you play Justin Fields?
No. He got nothing going for this team except Khalil Herbert, and he doesn't really catch the ball out of the backfield right now. He can. He's not very good at it. It seems like. I feel like what's the tight end's name? Pat Fryermuth. Troutman for Pittsburgh. I mean, I feel like he's been catching fire lately with Ben and his wobbly arm. And then the only other place you're probably going to play is Darnell Mooney, maybe Allen Robinson. I don't know. I think this is another one of those games that, excuse me, if they get to 20 points, you're going to be excited because there's some more scoring than you thought there was going to be.
Yeah, most definitely. But I'm not going to watch this game. I have better things to do on my Monday night. Don't watch this crap where Ben Roethlisberger can't throw the ball over 20 yards. Justin Fields can't throw, but he can run. Matt Nagy's not going to utilize him right. I'm just not watching this game. I mean, I might watch a second score if it's close. I might turn it in, but I'm not all high hopes about this game. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I just really don't care. It's just like a Thursday night game. I really didn't care too much about it. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot, Will.
All right.
I want to give your prediction. Who is going to have the best receiving game today and most fantasy points as a wide receiver?
As a wide receiver? I don't even know if this is fair.
That's why I'm the host and you're not.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to go out on a limb. We'll go out on a limb.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not the person you think it is. I'm going to say Diggs, and we're not talking Trayvon. We're going Stephon Diggs. I think this is going to be his week. He's got a favorable matchup, and I think he's been close, and I think this is the week. That's my pick, Stephon Diggs. Nice sunny Florida, a little vacation. That's my pick. I mean, who you got? Come on. You gonna want me to pick? Who you got?
I'm not going on a limb. I think it's Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
I think it's good. But me saying that, it basically just said he ain't going to be that because every time I draft one of these guys and they have good, they suck. They only give me like 5 points. So I'm going Cooper Kupp, but I wouldn't be surprised if Amari Cooper is in that league. Not Amari, CeeDee Lamb is in that today. I think he's going to have a big game against the Denver Broncos, but at the same time, I just think Cooper Kupp is just balling out. And he's the reason why he's the number one receiver. Him and Stafford have a great relationship right now. They have a great chemistry that no one can match right now. I just think it's them right now. But to go into your point, Diggs is kind of like he's having a good year, but he's not having that great year that everyone thought. I mean, he's not even in the top 15 in receiving and fantasy point value this year. He's like number 19. But at the same time, that just proves how many weapons that the Buffalo Bills actually do have in a run game that they had this year. So I mean, I like that Diggs pick. I think, but going to Florida though, kind of get you in trouble a little bit because you kind of do get that relaxation a little bit. I mean, teams always. I mean, look at the Bills last week going to Miami, right? Or a couple weeks ago. They looked horrible for the first half. The Green Bay Packers suck. I mean, they can't win in Florida for whatever reason it is. But I hope Diggs gets on it because he's actually one of the best wide receivers in the league. So he needs to go ahead and get in his top 10. So I hope you're right.
I mean, I think that's my play. I was gonna go with the Ohio team, but I just can't do it. I want Diggs. I'm on Diggs this week.
Okay. So you heard it here first. And DraftKings, go get Diggs because he is going to be your highest point. He's going to score over 30 points, Will says.
Hey, that's fine. 3 touchdowns and 100 yards is right almost there.
Oh, Lord. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up the show a little early today because I got to go get some more food in me before this Dallas Cowboy game because I'm hyped. They're the best team in the NFL. Just kidding. Anyway, let's play some sponsorships. Remember, we just talked about it. DraftKings. Will says Stephon Diggs is going to be the guy to get in fantasy as a wide receiver number 1 today. Make sure you go and get him. Make sure you do it at DraftKings. Use a promo code TPPN to get started today. Go to www.draftkings/sweep-the-league to use that code and make sure you get Stephon Diggs because he is the best play in the world. And then also, United Collision Care Center. If you have anything wrong with your car, go take it to Lewis and those guys at United Collision Care Center. They'll have you in and out in a jiffy. They're going to have you not wait, no hassle, whatever the case may be. They have you all set up and square. No one else reliable more than United Collision Care Center. Also, I want to thank Project Spurs. Go get them a follow on Twitter. At Project Spurs. They have all your latest Spurs news, NBA news, even NFL news, whatever the case may be. Those guys are always up to date. They have everything from up to minute stats, injury reports, post-pregame shows, stuff like that. So go give them a follow at projectspurs.com. Also, don't miss out tonight from 7 to 9. You can catch Rudy and Derek Gervin on 9:30 a.m. The Answer here in San Antonio, as they'll have you covered from the Dallas Cowboys, all NFL news that happened in the game. They'll keep you up to date on the Sunday night Rams versus Titans game. They'll have the Spurs news. They'll have NBA news. They'll have everything. Also, call in to 210-308-8867. I think they're giving away more tickets to the best team in Texas, UTSA Roadrunners. So make sure you call into that show at 210-308-8867 to get your UTSA Roadrunners, the hottest team in college football, which should be ranked. They are 9-0. Jeff Trailer has that team rocking and rolling. They went to UTEP last week and put a whooping. Sakir McCormick, man, that guy needs to be a Heisman Trophy candidate. He had over almost 150 yards in the first quarter. That dude was averaging almost 16 yards a carry in the first half. Frank Harris is balling out. The defense is playing substantially well. Make sure you follow UTSA Roadrunners, and also call into Rudy's show, Sweep the League Radio, Derek Gervin. They'll have you everything, and you can win some free tickets in that one. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at Rudy at Sweep the League. Gio, Hibernation Coach Gio. He need to change his Twitter handle because he's never here anymore. At Coach Gio, that is 2 O's, not 1 O. Make sure you follow him. Also, you can follow Austin Hartsfield at Hartsfield MLB. I need to talk to him about his Mavericks and how they're crap in the bed this week. But anyway, and then also Will Nation at Will Nation 7. And then also me at Trey 3025. For Will, for me, Trey, for Coach Gio, and all the gang, we hope you enjoy your Sunday. Hope you enjoy getting fat on the couch, eating popcorn and potato chips, and just enjoying some good fantasy football. Remember, Inactives Actives come in at 10:30 a.m. Eastern or Central Time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you follow Adam Schefter and all those guys. Make sure you get all the guys in. You don't want to play someone who's on the injury report. So make sure you go and make sure you tune into those. Until Wednesday night, where we'll have everything from college football, playoff rankings, to NBA, to next week's NFL games. For Will, for Trey, this has been Sweep the League. Until